time for the lightning round.
Alrighty, folks, Jeremy Stevens. Everyone runs after the hit and run, and the homeless millionaire. What a story that is. It's half of the Killer Bees with us tonight. Marc Benardzek from ESPN Radio 1470. How are you?
Good to see you guys.
Welcome back.
Good to be back.
Look at you. You're all spiced up, too. You look good.
You know, whatever. We're on South Beach to Clearwater. What can I say?
Well, we're glad to have you up here. Start with video of the day. This is just an awful, awful story. But if you missed it, you see this elderly man on surveillance video being struck by a red light runner. It's just awful video to watch. He is still alive, thankfully. He's not in good shape. But look at those who just keep on driving by, the people who walk up and continue to gawk. Most of us hope we'd never be in a position like that. I remember I came up on an accident before, and for that split second you wonder, what do I do? Mm-hmm. You know, and I think this is, we're starting to see the product. Well, you don't, well, right, but at the same time, if you get in, you try to help, you try to move, you could cause more damage, and I think the litigious society we have now is scaring people away from helping.
And I think that the biggest thing there, when you look at that, is the guy who actually witnessed the whole thing, and he just stood there, and then he walks back to the sidewalk, he says, what should I do? And everybody else just keeps passing by almost as if, you know, nothing happened. And that's really, to me, just an indictment on our society today.
You know, it's indefensible, but for the cars coming up behind, now they just see a guy in the road. They don't know if he's passed out, if he's drunk, what the situation is. He's just lying in the road, you know. So I don't know if I'd slow down and get out or not. You don't know he's been hit by another vehicle.
If I'm lying in the road,
I will stop.
You stop or something?
I will stop, back up, and then go again.
Then roll over me again.
Make sure he doesn't have, you don't have anything on his. Well, we hope he's going to be okay. We certainly do. How about Bucks tight end Jeremy Stevens? What a firestorm of talk radio and newspaper columns, all kinds of stuff been going on this week. He's under fire for things in his past, recently brought to light in a newspaper column and on the radio. Investigated for a sexual assault a few years ago at the University of Washington. Charged with reckless driving in 03, arrested for DUI and marijuana in March of 07. And people are wondering, did the Bucks make a big mistake here?
Absolutely. And I think when you look at John Gruden, Bruce Allen, you look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers administration, they talked about character. Well, they are the antithesis of character. They draft Aqib Talib out of Kansas, who has been charged multiple times with marijuana. You look at Darrell Russell, Michael Pittman, and now Jeremy Stevens, and they're sending the message to everybody that we don't care about the type of guys that are going to represent our community as long as it translates to winning on Sundays. And Jeremy Stevens, he's not Jeremy Shockey. He's not even that great.
But look at Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman's been a stellar member of the community. He's turned out to be a great football player, a good man. I mean, does he deserve another chance?
So, I mean, a guy like Pittman, you can definitely give a second chance to, and he made the most of it. But, I mean, Stevens has had second, third, and fourth chances, and he hasn't answered the call yet.
Do you think most people are upset about it is because it's a sexual assault, whereas he could have 15 DUIs and maybe nobody would care?
You look at the list. I mean, the list is unbelievable. We don't want to be known as Cincinnati Bengals South down here. I mean, you want to, obviously, you want to win football games. That's the main goal. The question is, at what price are you willing to pay? Just because a guy can run a 4.240, you don't sign him up if he's had multiple problems.
And I don't buy this thing about John Gruden being the Father Flanagan of the NFL and this patron saint of lost souls. I don't buy it for 1 second. It's all about winning games.
Well, let's hope that he makes good of this last chance. How about the homeless man accused of duping 13 women by posing as a millionaire? Somehow he gets a laptop, goes on Craigslist. I feel sorry for these women who continue to get duped by somebody like this, who's obviously pretty creative, but what a loser he is.
You think the website would do a little more due diligence? Like millionairematch.com, and I mean, this guy with absolutely nothing, not even a bank account, gets on it and starts getting dates?
I mean, you got to give the guy credit a little bit, because what about the women and their intelligence level not being able to find out that this guy's not exactly what he says he is? I mean, maybe do a little background check.
Just a little?
If you're online in the evening on one of those sites and you're looking at what do you really expect to happen?
Killer Bees on ESPN Radio 1470 from what, noon to 3?
Noon to 3, Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday. Marc, thanks for coming by.
Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
Chips next.